Hello everybody, welcome on back to baseball here on youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. I'm Sean, and every day at 6 p.m. Pacific time you can catch a fresh game of baseball. Subscribe and ring the bell down below. Today we start a 3-game set in Chicago against the Cubs. We are playing as the Mariners. I don't know why I threw myself off. I was going to say we were facing Justin Steele, but usually I start with the away team. It's very odd. Luis Castillo, he's on the mound. 12-0 with a 1.45 ERA. Justin Steele is the pitcher for the Cubs. 6-6 with a 4.24 ERA. The Cubs are the biggest loser as far as our simulation is concerned. They're 30-45, and that record is almost exactly flipped in real life. They are in last place in the NL Central. In this game, they are in first in the NL Central. In real life, it's very weird. But let's jump into today's game as we look to erase a 2-game losing streak. I forgot that my camera was so small, so I will fix that. Wrigley Field, clear skies, everybody should be good, and we're going to go ahead and just run with that lineup. Dylan Moore is in the lineup. Solano's cold. It's unfortunate. There's some pieces that we kind of need to either get going or get moving. We have about a month or so before the trade deadline, so we'll see what happens. But we're in Wrigley Field for a very rare showdown against the Cubs. But I do like that we get to see them basically every other season. It's fantastic. I've been a big fan of the balanced schedule. Luis Castillo was looking for his 13th straight win on the mound. Rosarena's on a 4-game home run streak. Robles is on an 11-game hit streak. Miguel Amaya is hitting .526 over the last 6 games. Ian Happ is .362 over the last 16. Cal Raleigh shines in the loss versus the Red Sox. PCA shines in a win versus the Brewers. Mariners starting pitching over the last 52 games. It's impressive, but we have bumped up that difficulty, and that's why we are losing. We've lost 2 in a row, and the bullpen numbers look good. But I'd like to see smaller sample sizes with some of that because they are just so large right now. PCA collects 5 RBI in a win versus the Brewers. Joey Cantillo fires 7 innings of 1-hit ball versus the Giants, and Joe Musgrove fires 8 innings of 2-hit ball versus the Dodgers. I'm surprised we only have 3 stories considering how many games there actually were yesterday. It is game number 74 as we are on the road.
So almost ready to get underway. So here's the
lefty,
Justin Steele. And Singy, it's unique these days,
Let me,
but he's more of a pitch to contact type of guy.
I have notes for what
he
camera size I'm supposed to have.
He knows he needs to miss
I don't
barrels,
remember
get
where I
some
put that.
soft
There it is.
contact, let the defense do work
So let's do
behind
this.
him. And I
We're
think a guy
going
like
to
that,
transform,
keep a
edit
good tempo,
transform.
don't give
We're
hitters
going
time to
to
adjust,
pause the
think.
game while I figure this out. Hold on. So this one needs to be here, and this one needs to be there. Close it, and then we need to go there and center it vertically. Oops, don't hide. Oh shoot, what did I hit? Don't hide in the mixer, please. Center vertically. Bam. Now I'm normal sized.
They could move through a ball game and
4-seam fastball at 94, a slider at 85, a sinker at 94, a circle change at 88, and a curveball at 82. We have had some inconsistencies with the offense. We lost 9-8 yesterday. We lost 4-5, 5-4 the other day, or the day before that. It's all come down to the defense. We need to be a little more sound in our defensive decision making. We'll see what we can do with that. Raleigh had 2 home runs yesterday, but we just needed like an extra hit here or there, and we needed an out instead of a missed double play opportunity even before that. So.
And now we check out the Mariners lineup. In that cleanup spot, a key piece for this club. Cal Raleigh.
Raleigh went for 2 home runs today against the Chicago Cubs. I don't know why, but I was trying to listen to it on the Seattle Sports app, but it wouldn't let me. I was at work doing some overtime. Big win for the Mariners over the Cubs. Big loss for me doing overtime.
How they try to work him right here.
Donovan Solano now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there.
Slow down.
Steele. Not a big strikeout guy, but still
4-seam 94, slider
85,
85, sinker 94.
Pitchers go. One of those guys that involves the defense and really gets them involved in the action. Tosses across to first, and 2 away now.
Very curious to see what the strike zone looks like. I was really frustrated after the last game that I played, where it just doesn't feel like the game is consistent in how it builds. I feel like I'd be very annoyed if I had progressed from a starting difficulty all the way up to GOAT and saw some of the calls that we were not getting.
It's kind of a dying breed nowadays.
Well, exactly.
Could just be a tight zone from the umps, but
high strikeout rates. A guy like this doesn't necessarily do that. So in order to really appreciate how good he is, you have to see him, because if you're just looking at a stat sheet, you might overlook him.
Oh,
Cut on and lifted in the air. Hat sizing this one up.
it's a little too far under
That
it.
is
Darn.
that.
Not terrible.
No score as we head to the
That's a
bottom of
very
the
hittable
first.
pitch, though, which is a little frustrating, but we'll see what we can do here. Defensively, and with our starting pitcher, who is Luis Castillo. We'll get his stats here in a moment. A little longer than I anticipated. 14 games started with a 12-0 record, a 1.45 ERA in 93 innings.
Been a very solid pitcher throughout his career. ERA around
A whip is
3.5.
at .72, 123 strikeouts.
Stays in the game, and he gives his team an opportunity to
We
win.
need some calls here and there on these at-bats. We are going to have to be, this is such an interesting stretch of games to change the difficulty during. Obviously, 2 games against the Red Sox where their pitching or their lineup is mostly left-handed. That made things a little bit tricky, but we're going to need to probably eat some innings with some guys here and there. I think Emerson Hancock could be a good option. That was a bad pitch.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Caught him looking for the
Okay,
K.
caught him looking. A little surprised that we were able to get him there. I think maybe trying to double up on pitches a little bit more might be helpful. That wasn't a great fastball.
Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Pete Crow Armstrong in
man.
the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. 1 out, base is empty. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. Crow Armstrong knocked home 5 runs in his last game. Next off,
There we
he's in
go.
for a strike.
Castillo looking good with his location so far. Only pitch they really missed was the one that we threw that was really bad.
5 RBI games in a single season. Juan Gonzalez with 8 in 1998.
Just missed.
I think he wanted that call on the upper part of the zone, but just didn't get it. Now he's just trying to get a better feel for how much it missed, so he can adjust his sights just a little bit.
And that one finds its way through. So they get a man
Okay,
aboard.
we're going to want to be really aware of PCA's lead.
Everything came together for him. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited.
And that miss is a little frustrating.
Nice grab. The throw to second is
What did I say? What did I say at the beginning of the game? Can't have the bad plays.
And now the DH
That's an error.
saves
It's Dylan Moore again. That's not his fault. It's a bad.
in there at the knees, and it's 0-1.
Thought he was going. I thought I saw him
I
going.
wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Right side, Robles on his way over, drops into the glove. Runner tags at second, and he moves up a base.
Yeah, wasn't
So
even
2 away
going to be
with
close.
runners at the corners.
So we should be out of the inning.
Batting fifth, the left fielder.
Here's a look at the Cubs lineup.
Oh, that was such a bad start. It's
Dansby
Pete
Swanson.
Crow Armstrong. We use him in Diamond Dynasty. We know he's a 99 speed. There's no reason for that throw.
400 over the last 10 games.
God dang it.
That's solid, consistent work. He's making things happen for this offense right now.
Ian Happ up to hit. First pitch, just misses.
Man, that's...
And there's a ball.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Trying to check his
Ooh,
swing.
wow, he went.
Appeal to
I'm
third,
a little
and
surprised
yes,
at that.
He did. He went
Been
around.
really, really bad here. And we're going to get out of it. Okay, so about 4 extra pitches, but
And
we
that
don't give
will
up
end
the
inning.
run. Gotta be better. Can't have an
Cubs
error
straight
like
to
that in the
couple.
first inning.
Scoreless after 1. And welcome back to the
Leading off with the
ballpark.
Mariners,
New inning
the
getting
catcher,
started.
Cal.
And now the catcher comes up to hit.
8 pitches
Cal
for
Raleigh.
Justin Steele. I think that first inning was a little bit better for us. We had some really long labored innings during the Boston series, especially in that last game.
Steele back to work. Swing and a ball drilled in the air
That's just
towards
not-
right center field. And there's one away.
He was all over that first pitch fastball, just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Swing and
There
a line
we
drive.
go.
That's a base hit into center field. So a man aboard now with one away.
You got to slow down just a little bit here.
And now for Seattle, J.P. Crawford.
It's been a tough stretch for him at the plate. Only 2 hits over the last 5 games.
That's a good
The
take.
shortstop
There
takes
we
the
go.
ball. Second inning here, no score. Now 1-1.
Sometimes being
Just
lucky is a swing and
can't
miss.
have
If he makes
that
contact
too
with that
early.
pitch, probably hits into a double play.
Fuck. Flip the swings, maybe. I don't know. It's a bad
Now he steps out as time.
it's a bad
is granted.
situation either way.
Next
That's
pitch is
outside. There we go.
outside.
Good take. That's a
Just
great
off the
take.
outside part of the plate. Polanco leads off first with one away. Ground ball right side could be 2. Spin throw, that's 1. To first, not in time.
Crawford does a good job to beat it out. Probably should have tried to get him to run on the pitch, just to avoid the double play and put a runner on second instead.
Randy Arozarena.
He's been doing a good job knocking in his teammates. More than an RBI per game over his last 10.
That curveball.
And first
That
offering is
curveball.
fouled off. Arozarena matched a homer in his last game. High fly ball out towards left field. Hat going back on this one.
It's
Off
gone.
the scoreboard,
It's
out of
gone.
here. A mammoth blast
Wow,
to right.
okay.
He sends a rocket to left,
That's
and they throw a pair on
wow.
the board.
Okay,
It's
nicely
2-0.
done, Randy. Thank you.
That's his 5th straight game.
We've had a
leading
couple
the
of hits already that have just seemed like they've died out in the outfield. I didn't think that it was going to get out, but it carried enough.
A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his
Just stayed
mechanics. If you
way
fly
up
over
there,
the
up,
front
up,
shoulder,
up,
there's
and then
no way
just
you keep
off
that
his
ball
own
fair.
face.
Outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
Luke Raley.
It's a good take.
stands in now and watches strike 1.
2-run blast. Uh-oh. What do you mean, da-dum? Don't do that. Don't make noises like that, computer. Computation device. Is everything good? Little did he know, everything was broken.
Next offering is fouled back.
Too early.
And
There
that
we
one
go, good
upstairs,
take.
Ball 1. Misses outside, and the count is even 2-2.
Another bit of a tight zone here.
Gets a
Nice
piece
foul off.
and stays alive.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Drive up the pitch count a little bit. He's over, I think he's 17.
The next
That's
pitch misses.
18.
Full count now.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
And that one is
That's inside. Okay,
and it's
hey, there we go.
ball 4.
Work that lefty-lefty walk.
Walk.
That's really good, especially considering that we just hit a home run.
A very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or an into the gap.
That's a great take. We weren't going to do anything with it.
RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Swings and misses.
Christ.
0-2.
That was too late.
Tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take
What
it
were we
down
looking
the
for
other way
there?
if you can.
Behind 0-2,
Nothing.
he
There's
steps out
nothing
for
we were
time.
looking for. There was nothing we were going to have there.
Across
Come
the
on.
inning. Here at the top of the second. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout.
That's an inexcusably bad at bat. That's an
It's
inexcusably bad sentence.
Major League Baseball
That is a
on the show.
horrible at bat. I gotta lock the freak in. Come on. Get it together, me.
That's outside.
Okay. What did I just say?
The guy
I
that
said
played
lock it in,
recognized
not
slider out
get
of the
worse.
hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms
That
of
was a
depth
real
and
rough pitch
perception.
there.
He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
There we go.
Bottom of the zone and a called strike.
Those are the kinds of calls that we genuinely need throughout these games. We don't need them, they don't have to happen the most frequently, but just a little more frequently than we were getting against Boston. Because we were nailing spots like that, or hitting spots like that where we were just clipping the zone and it wasn't, and then it turns into a large pitch count inning, then it turns into a big run inning.
They're going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
And now the first baseman, Michael Bush. And a first pitch fastball is in for a
That
strike.
is a surprising call. See if his zone widens up a little bit.
That one missed.
That wasn't
Rusty
intentional.
Valentine doing the umpiring behind the dish for us. Maybe the best name in the league.
Yeah, that's a solid one, no doubt. I mean, who's better to ask than you? I kind of wonder if Rusty is his actual name or just a nickname.
Yeah, no clue.
Yeah, that still wasn't where I
Anyways,
wanted it.
Rusty's got a good zone, very good on the corners of the plate, but he'll give pitchers a little bit above the letters and below the knees if they're earning it.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Pitcher having a pretty tough time getting that swing and miss. Third foul ball in a row.
And now
That was a
2-2.
bad pitch. Darn it.
Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. That one the other way.
Hey, nicely
Pulls
done,
it down,
Solano.
and there's two
Of course, as
gone.
soon as I say we have those
Right there tells me
innings
he's
that take a
pretty
long
well.
time, here's an at-bat that takes a while.
And that's all you're looking to do.
It was a great play at third.
Dansby Swanson stands in. And the
It was a bit of a
sliding
rough start, it felt like,
misses.
with Solano, but he's been consistently good. Then had like a little bit of a bad stretch.
Close, but called the
Ooh,
ball.
that's a strike.
And the count is
That's one that we'd
2-0.
really like to get. Oh boy.
Next offering is fouled back.
But seems like Solano's gotten back to the good part.
Late that time, and it's strike
Dual
two.
sense is low. Hold on.
Just do that fastball
Let me strike
by
this
him.
guy out and I'll charge my dual
If you're
sense.
not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially
Okay,
with that
well
velocity.
that was maybe
Foul
just
ball,
a
another
smidge
2-2
arrogant. Let me
Two-out
just
space is empty. On the ground, and that chance handled. Sends it
there we go.
across to first,
That was a terrible
and
decision.
Swanson is set
I put the
back.
cord in
And the
my
Cubs
hand
go
and
1-2
pitched with that in my
free.
hand.
Cubs are down
And of course it was
and they're down 2-0.
of course it was a ball. Of course it was contact, I should say.
Back here at the ballpark, coming off
So
a
the
series
offense the
where
last
they
series
were
actually
red
was
hot
pretty
at the
solid.
plate, and
The
look
thing
at
that
the
you're going to look at
numbers.
is that it's like 9 home runs, averaging 4.5 runs a series, 4.5 runs a game, 9 home runs. It is inflated a little bit because we had the 7-1 victory before we bumped that difficulty up.
In for a strike. It's 0-1.
But we didn't bump the hitting difficulty up. We just bumped the pitching difficulty up, but that did create a couple of losses. Oh, that's a bad swing. You gotta flip those swings. Let that other one go. I have fallen apart here. They're really staying high in the zone, and we're not seeing it very well.
In that location, hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Liner picked on the hop at first. Bush
Late on the sinker, huh?
2 up, 2 down.
The center fielder.
And now it's Julio Rodriguez. Fly to left his first time. And a strike.
Okay, just let one
Rodriguez
in.
his
That's
fourth
fine.
year, 24 years old, and he's a former Rookie of the Year.
Oof,
High fly
goodness
ball.
gracious.
That one curling foul down the right side. And that's off the inside edge. And that is ball 1. Upstairs.
There we go. Couple of good takes there. Ooh, my God, slider.
Nobody left for Seattle. They're up 2-0.
It's just a horrible swing there. We're way too early on it. It's not even in the zone. Kind of lost a little patience there. We had a couple of takes and then just couldn't pay it off in the positive. Starting pitching this season, looking good. I'm curious to see how the innings go. The ERA I think will be probably pretty all right. We might have a large enough sample size to keep us kind of up in that spot. We might have a large enough sample size for a lot of that. The walks could go up a little bit, but I think we're going to be so far away from it. The strikeouts probably something similar. But the innings is where it gets interesting because we only had... Our bullpen did a lot of work in those last 2 games in Chicago.
Smoked on the ground a second. To first. 1 up, 1 down.
The batter, number 2, second baseman.
Here's Nico Horner. He was a strikeout victim his first time. In there for strike 1.
Didn't love it, but that's okay.
To third, Solano. Jumps,
Yellow.
throws, nicely done.
Nice grab at first. That rhythm is, I think it's a little bit off.
The center fielder, Pete.
Or it's just in my head and we're in a little bit of a cold spell as far as getting decent
Pete Crow Armstrong.
decent throws.
And that one clips the corner.
No ball, 1 strike.
Hard hit to third.
Wow.
Handles.
That's the third pretty solid play that Solano's made over there at third.
Happening there for the Cubs.
Man.
They trail things here 2-0.
Cubs are 30 and 45 in game. They're, I believe, 45 and 30.
Not a lot of people know this, but this isn't the
I don't know why
only field in MLB history. You know, when the league
number
expanded
isn't
and added
correct.
the Los Angeles Angels in 1961, they played their first season at a stadium in LA called Wrigley Field, which had been the home of the minor league team of the same name.
Oh.
Ripped on the ground a second. On to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Yeah, the Cubs have
Now batting, the designated hitter.
75 completed games in game, and then in real life today was game 75. This is game 76 for the Cubs. Very weird, unless I just misremembered their record. That's on time. We gotta drive up this pitch count a little bit. We're a little swing happy, which isn't surprising. He says as he swings.
And it goes just foul. 1 down, base is empty. On the ground, out to short.
Buddy. Where you going, huh?
And Polanco is out.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
And first
That's
offering
just too
is fouled
aggressive.
off.
What are we? Yeah.
A swing and a miss as he chases way
Fuck
out
you,
of the
me.
zone.
God damn it.
Time asked for at the plate. Maybe an attempt to break up the rhythm that he's got going on the mound right now.
I think you can excuse the first pitch, trying to ambush him a little bit.
Right there. If you're smart,
That second, that slider, we gotta let it go.
not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
Nope, that's fine.
Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Oh, we got me.
Chases in the dirt,
That was a
there.
slider.
Up with it,
That was a
fires to
slider.
first, and it's in time
Yeah,
for
so
the
they're
third
30 and
out, so now we're
45.
in the inning.
Weird. I don't know. Did the Cubs have a game rained out? Maybe they got rescheduled.
Here at Wrigley
Leading
Field,
off for
ready
the
to go.
Cubs,
Bottom
The
four.
right fielder,
Here's Kyle Tucker.
Kyle Tucker.
That one hammered,
Woo.
but pulled foul.
You know, these Cubs, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into
we
a
go.
bunch of outs. Can they turn that
Let's
around?
go
and
same
stay within the
spot, but
zone?
just a little.
We'll see, but I think they have to.
Just
That's
missed.
not exactly what I wanted. Oh, darn it.
Strike.
Just hit that. Ah, that floated a little further out.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order.
Damn
We'll
it.
know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
Swings, fouls it off.
Oh, good. Look out,
Breaks his
Solana.
bat. Swing
There
and
we
a
go.
miss. The velocity blasted it right past him.
Toughest pitch to
Outside
hit,
part of the
fastball
plate.
on the outer
Got him.
black.
Now
Man,
back,
sometimes
the
you just got to tip your
designated
cap.
hitter,
So now the DH spot, Seiya Suzuki. Flied to right his first time. That's it.
There we go.
Going one.
Well, here's a fun fact for you, Boog. Suzuki is the first Japanese-born player to homer in 3 consecutive plate appearances in the majors. Feel free to use
That's
that note in your next
not
Cubs
a
podcast,
terrible. Not a terrible swing. I am surprised we got that
Two in a
swing.
row.
buddy. Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he
The
wants
left
with the
fielder,
baseball.
number 8, Ian Happ.
Oh, boy.
Ian Happ digs in now. He's 0 for 1. And a first pitch fastball is
I thought
in
that was
for
going to be a little
strike.
more center cut than that. Thankfully, it wasn't.
Oh, great stop. And he beats it. That's a hit. Great try there.
The effort was there with the jump throw.
That's
You
okay.
gotta love it.
Hey, we
Just
gotta-
wasting time. Still a really impressive play. Just to get to that ball
There we
and
go.
make it close at first, and not every shortstop can even
Is he
make that
64
play.
speed? Yeah. Okay.
Happ off of first with 2 away. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Swing and a
Okay.
high fly
All right.
down the
That
left.
was bad. That was not what we were looking for.
A Rosarena
But that's okay.
sails under
Hey,
it
we
and
get what we
makes the
need, and
catch.
that's an out. That was
is
just,
the inning.
I
One
just
hit,
didn't
one
like
left.
where that pitch
We
ended
play
up, and
4.
it was too
It's the
hittable.
Mariners
Too much
2
plate,
and the
as they
Cubs
say.
Nothing.
It was the chair.
All set for the
Leading
start
off
of the
for
inning.
Seattle,
And
the
now
left
for
fielder,
Seattle, Randy Arozarena.
Rosarena.
Steele back to work. That clips the corner.
It's a good take.
0-1.
And that one is
There we go.
downstairs. And it's a ball and a strike. There's a strike.
Yeah, got me on the inside. Everything been inside? Yeah.
That one is absolutely
There we
belted.
go. Hey, nicely done, Randy.
And no one can get there. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
That's a good job right there.
Now
You got 2
batting,
strikes on
the
you, just got to
first
battle.
baseman, Luke Rayleigh.
There's a big crack of the bat. Seeing the ball a little bit better than I thought I would. I am very tired today. Normally the days where I'm like,
Up
oof,
next for the Mariners. Watch his
feeling the
first
exhaustion. It's a little delayed on the reaction.
time. That's off the
There's been some
inside
bad
edge.
swings.
And that's ball 1.
But it's been going a little bit better than I anticipated. Top 5, 2-0 here. Just in case you're just joining or clicked into the video at this exact
And
second.
it's second. And he chases a
John,
high
you
fastball there.
thumb.
Yeah, I
You've
don't know.
betrayed me
He's
again.
got good numbers swinging at pitches in that location.
In the air, left field, down the line.
That's fine. Station to station.
And they get it in quickly.
Thank you, Rayleigh.
First and third now with nobody out.
Now batting, the second baseman.
That's a
Dylan
ball that a lot of times you'll see the
Moore.
shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough. But right there, it just died and found a way to drop in on the green stuff for base hit.
Here's Dylan Moore. He's 0 for 1. Fouled off down
Damn
the right
it.
side.
Damn. Saw that one. Okay. Oh, here. Oh, shoot.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and
There we
third.
go. A good take on that slider.
Movement in the Cubs bullpen.
Let's,
Julian Merriweather appears to be getting loose. Thielbar getting loose as well.
Kyle Tucker out in right, 76 strength. PCA is diamonds across the board. My goodness. Ian Happ, 75 strength. Okay.
Ground ball could be 2.
I don't love that it's going to end up being a double play, but I'll
Get
take the
out,
run.
but the run scores on the
It's
twin
okay.
killer.
First and third, nobody out. You're thinking you've got it lined
Darn.
up for a pretty big inning right here. So that double play is pretty deflating. They get the run in, but now they're starting all over.
A little breathing room is helpful. I don't know.
Back to the top
It's
of
a
the
bittersweet
lineup,
double
Victor
play.
Robles will hit next.
Oh, God.
On the ground to third, Fry. And he's safe at first.
Oh, he got to it? Okay.
Strange defense
The
there.
batter, the third
That was
baseman.
Maybe
very
just a
weird.
little lack of concentration on that.
Felt like it really
throw,
just
2
going to be a tough
out.
play.
You've
I
got to
don't
play
really
game.
know that
Players
it
starting to
should
move
be
off
an
the
error.
field towards the dugout, and then everyone's got to come back. Sometimes you take that throw for granted, and that's all it takes
I
to
don't
keep
think
the
that that's
inning going.
like a. That's a long throw
Man at
across the
first.
diamond.
Here's Donovan Solano.
All right,
Both
we gotta
2
settle
in this
down
one.
here.
That's too
That's
low.
the ball.
And it's 1-0.
1-0.
Snap throw to first. Robles dives back in. 1 run across in the frame so far, and we're at the top of the 5th. Robles runs. Swing and a miss.
That was really bad. I was so late on that. Steele went a little bit quicker than I anticipated. I should have
Throw to end the
tried
inning.
to send him.
That's the
That
way
was
to
a
pick
that
up
was a
the
very
pitcher.
bad steal attempt on my part.
Welcome back.
Leading
Quite a
off
pitcher's
for the
duel so
Cubs.
Hey, we
far.
have the zeros where we want them. We haven't seen those goose eggs in the right spots in a while. Only a couple of hits given up, 4 strikeouts in 4 innings. We've struck out 4 times with to Justin Steele in 5 innings, 3 runs, 3 hits, or 3 runs, 4 hits, excuse me, and just the 1 walk. Sometimes I get a little. I see the 99 steal, and I think it's going to be helpful. But I think we need just a
Swing and a
little bit
foul
more
out of
speed
play.
out of him, which
You
like
know,
sounds
these
kind of
Cubs
rude.
Just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to
I think
some
with the 3-run
frustrating
lead, we want to
moments.
try
They've
and
been
push
fooled
Castillo a
right
little bit
into it.
further. I know that our bullpen should be good after the off day, but we need to make these good starts
And
really
that's
count.
downstairs and outside.
But yeah, 99 speed or 99 steel, excuse me. I get a little excited, and it's just a little delayed. Right after I said like, oh, the reaction isn't great,
on
and
the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Just off the outside
fuck me.
and that's ball 3.
All right, settle down.
And it's a strikeout from La Piedra. His second
That
of the
feels like a
game.
call that would have gone the opposite way against Boston. I'm glad that we're seeing these against
Here
Chicago.
comes Dansby Swanson.
Again, it doesn't have to be 100%. It just has to be better than 0.
Swanson.
There's a strike.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Up the middle. On the run. Sends it over to
There
first.
we go. There's a
And they
nice
get
play
the out.
by
Well, he's doing a
J.P.
nice
Crawford.
job of keeping the ball
Number
out of the
9,
air, lets the
Miguel.
defense work behind him with another ground ball.
Amaya.
Good execution.
2 outs, base is empty. And now it's Miguel Amaya. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Oogle. Oogle, oogle, oogle. Okay.
Well, this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
Next
Fuck
pitch
off.
misses.
God damn
And
it,
a count,
thumb.
1-2.
My thumb is betraying me today.
And that's outside. 2 down, nobody
That was me
on.
getting a
Last half
little
of
too
inning
cute.
number 5. And that's a little bit high.
That's
And the
betrayal.
count is filled up. Gets under
There we
and
go.
pops it up.
Okay.
Moore should have this one. Corrals it. And the
Okay,
inning is
so
over.
we are
Still
through
nothing
5.
on the
We're up by
scoreboard for
3.
him after 5.
We have the
It's
2-run
Mariners
home run,
3
and we have
the
the
Cubs
double
nothing.
play, but still able to get him in. I forget exactly who it was. Was it a Rosarena again?
We're back, and they make a
Yeah, he had a
change
double.
to start the 6th. The new
Now
pitcher,
pitching for
Julian
the Cubs.
Merriweather.
Just trying to
Number
keep this one
66.
close here, and this is where a bullpen can
Okay,
give
so
their
going
players
to a
chance
righty.
fight
I
back
wonder if
in
there's
the
anybody
game.
worth flipping into the
batter now,
lineup.
Donovan
The
Solano.
third baseman, Donovan Solano.
Probably not. 98 on a 4-seam, slider at 87, and circle change at 81. See if he wants to go with one of those off-speed pitches low.
And that one's a little bit low.
I was half right.
Ball 1. Movement in the
It was
bullpen.
a pitch
Tyson
low.
Miller up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. The 1-0. Just
There we
missed.
go. It's a good take.
And
That's a
another
great
ball.
take. Hands off the controller, 3-0 count. Walk, 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 walk.
Right through there for a
3-1.
strike.
Okay. Everything's been a fastball, which is a little surprising.
That one
Okay,
misses.
and that was
So
pretty
a
easy to
dog
see.
walk.
Take a base.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just
center
mentally
fielder, number
prepared, knowing that if it's not on a tee,
Julio
you're going to take that pitch because you still have
That
one
is a
more
really
strike to
good
work with.
passive
Not easy to lay
3-1
off, but he
count.
did an excellent
Not my
job in that
strongest
plate appearance.
count. I'd argue it's one of my worst.
Rodriguez in the box again. Takes a strike.
There it was, a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Next offering
Is that the
is down
first
low.
non-fastball
Nobody
we've
out.
seen?
Runner at first. Next offering is in for a strike. Time call.
We'll take time.
Fouls it
Oh,
off. Still 1-2.
Damn.
That to right.
Oh,
And
I got
that'll
down.
fall for a
Okay.
base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
The batter,
Well, he wasn't
the
afraid
catcher.
to
Okay.
hit 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out.
That's a little
but
contact
he got
swing.
the
I feel
job
like we
done
did
right there.
just miss a contact swing homer. We absolutely clobbered that ball foul. But it feels good to be able to, hey, we pull that one foul.
And the batter
We don't
now,
strike
Cal
out.
Raleigh. On the ground, right
Unfortunately,
side.
it's going to be
Over to Swanson. He
a
turns
double
it,
play.
and they get it
Jesus.
easily at first. It's a double play.
Fuck, that sucks. That's another double play. We have been really good. I don't know if they put a patch out recently that's like the fuck me patch, the fuck Sean patch specifically. But that went through his fucking head. No way. Hold on. Hold everybody. Hold the goddamn phone. Hold on. Bull effing shit. No way. That ball went through. Oh, it should have hit him off the back of his head. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Look at that. Whoops. I hit the wrong button. I apologize. Oh my goodness. You know what? I guess if it's a double play or a Julio Rodriguez concussion. God fucking damn it. This game.
Go. Up next
Okay.
for the Mariners.
We can still turn this into something.
Pitch
Like a take.
misses,
Like a great
and that's
take.
ball
There we
one.
go.
1-0.
All right, Polanco. Let's see if we can get a run in here, huh?
2 outs and a runner at third. And we're in the top half of the 6th.
Oh,
On the
God.
ground to first.
Oh, good
what a
God.
stop. Throw to first, and that's a great play for the
Jesus.
out.
Oh, my God.
First, it
Oh
looks
my
like
God.
Making the stop is the hardest part, but feeding to the pitcher
Headset.
on the move, I think even tougher. Great job of hitting that moving target. They're going to be fired up in the dugout.
Back here at Wrigley
Leading
Field,
off
bottom
for
of the
the
6th
Cubs,
inning. Here's
the
the
second
second
baseman,
baseman,
Oh,
Nico
wow.
Horner.
Corner.
What was it? I had the... There was the other one where we were playing Seattle in Diamond Dynasty and he threw it through the wall. That was fun.
Fouled off left side. Pitch misses outside.
Come on, you wanted to
It's
swing at that.
1-2.
We should get some...
Base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
almost undercut that with Julio on accident.
Just
All
so
right, let's
sound
get
in his
let's get some line,
mechanics. Against a
some
firm front
bullpens.
side.
What? Let's get some arms up in the bullpen. Third time through the lineup here. Morihone is going to be a no-go. What do we have here? We have a double lefty, righty switch righty. So I think we can go ahead and safely put up 2 righty arms. Rash still isn't great. You can warm up Santos. Snyder, maybe?
And the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
1 ball, no
In
strike.
the dirt. There's the
There
strike.
we go.
Well, we call that
1 ball, 1
keyhole.
strike.
Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't
There we
love
go.
it, he's not going
That's-
to swing that early in the count.
Those are the calls.
That's down and in.
That's fine.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
3 ball.
That
Okay.
one just
That's-
misses.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
And ball
Take your
4, 2
Okay.
aboard.
We got like a little
Now he's
cute
got
there, I
2 runners
think.
on after that walk, and things can get out of hand in a hurry in these situations, so he's going to have to find a way
we
to
go.
get back into the strike zone.
Tucker in the
We
box
got
now.
good
Strike
speed on the
1.
base paths.
With the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th.
Oh, I needed that call. Or I needed that pitch to just clip the corner. That's a bad pitch.
Misses inside.
Settle
Two
down.
balls and a strike.
Settle down here.
Opportunity right here, but I love
Just
the
a
way
little
he's slowing the
anxious
game down.
throwing these
He's shrinking
pitches.
his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Nice grab as he reached.
Somehow we got the out.
Runner tags at second. Not in time.
We've had a couple of
And
funky
up now for Chicago.
right field plays.
Ripped to first, caught. Race to the bag. but he's
Really
safe.
couldn't. Oh, he
Good
made a
job
great
to
catch.
avoid the double
He
play.
made a great catch.
Well,
It
baseball
saved a
can be
run.
cruel, can it? I mean, sometimes it gives.
It
and
saved a
sometimes
run.
it takes
Oh,
away. Everything right
I
on
wanted that
swing,
double.
but he's
I
got
wanted that
nothing to
double
show.
play.
Now the left fielder, Ian Happ. First pitch, and he just misses.
1-0.
Happ lays off.
Come
Chris
on,
with that
Castillo,
distraction, and a
please.
speedy guy at first. He's in a favorable hitter's count.
There we go.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
I am not throwing the circle change very well at all today.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. That just
Damn
misses.
it.
And now it's 3-2. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Warren Burner into the outfield.
It's
for a
okay.
knock. Runner from third into score.
It's okay. It's all
It's
good.
an RBI
We might need to
single,
get
and now
Castillo
it's a
out of the
2-1
game here.
deficit.
Comes through with the
It's a
RBI.
frustrating at bat, but we just can't.
Swing on it, right on time, good.
We're just
balanced
missing
approach,
spots
and just
early.
blasted it through the infield.
And here is David Fry.
There we go.
Fastball
That
on
is
the
where
inside
we need
corner
to see
for
some
a strike.
improvements.
2 outs, couple of base runners at first and second. To the right side. And he can't come up with it.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck all the way fucking off. Fuck off. Fucking fuck. I did not realize that Luis Castillo has thrown 100 pitches.
So bases all loaded up.
And we don't even have a lefty in the bullpen. We're going to bring in the flamethrowing righty. It's my fault. We should be out of this inning. I just shorted it again. I'd assume that the defense is on a GOAT difficulty as well. It's not just the pitching.
Now pitching for the
So out of the bullpen for the Mariners, Gregory
48.
Santos.
And if you dig
Gregory
into his walk rate,
Santos.
his numbers are really impressive. He's really
Okay.
filled up the strike zone this season.
We're fine.
So these batters better
We're
be ready
fine.
to
We
swing
should
the
be out of
bats.
this inning. This is the second time that we've done this. That went right to Moore. It wasn't even his fault.
And immediately
That
pumps
was
in a
real late.
strike to the left.
Oof, God, this was not the guy to bring in this
Right here.
situation
So
with his
important as
rhythm.
a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
And that one missing inside.
It's
a
fine.
sharp slider.
We're getting a little too cute. We're
Bases
missing
loaded.
worse than I feel like we're going to miss. And that can be pretty frustrating as well. God, for some reason I thought that was going to be
That
a
was an
no-doubt
easy
home
pitch to
run.
hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes.
Come on.
But that's not what that pitch was.
Swing,
Here
and
we
he
go.
missed 98 miles per hour on the gun.
Santos, thank you for coming in and doing that. We do not need to leave the bases loaded.
Strikeout, gets out of the jam.
A little extra
Clearly,
stress
he's
and a
happy
few
with those
extra
results.
pitches. We are able to get out of it. A couple of errors here in this one. Dylan Moore charged with that one, and we missed one with...
Now pitching for
Welcome
the
back.
Cubs.
We're in
Who's
the
the other
7th.
error?
We have a new pitcher on the
Number
mound.
24.
Caleb Thielbar.
Might have been
And he's
Dylan
been
Moore
hit
as well.
pretty hard at times this year, so he's looking for better. Right now,
I think we're just having a tough time. Even the Robles catch out in right field, I didn't actually think it
And
got
stepping
down.
in for the Mariners.
I hucked it to third just because I thought that it was...
Kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed
I
hitter
thought it
facing a
was
left-handed pitcher. What you
a
tell
force out.
yourself is, I want to stay square on the
Four seam at
plate.
95, a
Try
sweeper
to
at
get the
84, and a
ball over
12-6 at 76.
Strike
And
one.
we're looking at an inning where we were very lucky to get out of it at a 3-1 lead, so I think I need to be a little bit more okay with what we're doing. Really grab that at first base. That's huge. That sails. A really bad swing on that first pitch. Four-seam 95. Sweeper 84. Okay. Jesus, God in heaven. Step out.
And now before the 1-2, time is called at home plate.
In my head, you just go, they're going to throw something other than the fastball, and then they don't. It's really annoying. That unfortunately is an out.
Out towards right field. Tucker calls it in, and there's one away.
Oh, good. I'm glad that we got 2 series against former Astro fuckwads.
And up next for Seattle, Randy Arozarena. He's already homered in this game. And that misses. And that is ball 1.
Ooh, too aggressive on the sweeper.
He's empty, one away. Here in the top half
so he
of
went
number 7.
Whatever.
High in the air, out to right.
Okay.
Tucker sizes this.
Man, that's the speed difference.
Makes the grab, 2 down.
It's the speed difference in some of the movement stuff where I'm not committed quite as high as I should be.
Luke Raley up next for the Mariners. A walk, and he's also singled. Swing.
I'm okay with that swing. I know it's bad. I know it's too early. I know the PCI is bad. I was trying to jump him on the fastball because that was what he went with against Crawford. And there's the fucking fastball. God damn it.
That's a ball. Tried the sweeper. Bounce to the right side. In plenty of time to first, and that is the inning. Mariners are down.
Okay, so we have Santos up at the moment.
Stays 3-1. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game zone.
The shortstop, Dansby Swanson.
Let's see.
Knee high, that's in for a strike.
Well, in this one, the offense has sputtered. Somebody's got to find a way to get on, keep the line moving, and manufacture at least 1 run. Then maybe you get 2 or 3.
Too fast? What? Too fast? All right, let's warm up Spire.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Fastball is outside.
Damn it, that's not what I wanted.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB
Fuck
going.
off.
The 1-2. Just misses with that one.
Didn't get the result he wanted. But
Love
that's a
to
nice
see
pitch
that
right there.
call right there. Damn it. That's the best pitch we throw, and it's... I'd like to see it more in the zone.
This one in the air, center field. Rodriguez ranging back, puts it away for the out.
That's fine.
Up next for the Cubs.
Now the Cubs
The
catcher, Miguel
Miguel
Amaya.
Amaya.
And that is downstairs.
Ooh.
1-0. The Mariners up by 2 here at the bottom of the 7th. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. Up the middle, Crawford throws to first.
There we go.
And there's 2 away.
There we go. Good bounce back hitting so far. Don't want to jinx myself.
Inside corner for a strike. 0-1. That clips the
There we go.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
Rayleigh.
What about high speed inside?
And that is that.
That's a great bounce back inning there. We'll allow a base runner. Rayleigh with a nice catch there on the infield.
It's 3-1.
And we are up by 2. Looking for our first win with GOAT pitching. And you can really see the difference between the last game that we played on Wednesday against the Red Sox and today's game. Those pitches that we're getting calls on the edges of the zone are huge. I'm not even talking about, the 9 runs that we gave up, whatever. It's literally the fact that we're throwing, instead of 25 pitches, we're throwing half of that. We're throwing 13. Guess I should have said 26 to make that number make sense, but whatever.
Ball 1.
Tyson Miller here has a 92-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball, a sweeper at 82, a sinker that we just saw at 92, a curveball 86, and a circle change at 88. There is the four-seam at 90. I'm sure we're early on it. Well, on the early side of good.
Line drive. Half brings
Fuck
it in.
me.
The right fielder, number 10, Victor Robles.
Here's Victor Robles. And a little something extra at stake in this at-bat as he's hitless so far with his hitting streak in jeopardy. There's his swing and
Way too
miss.
early on the sweeper.
Meanwhile,
Oops.
activity in the bullpen.
It's a good thing we didn't make contact with that. It was going to be a...
Craig Counsell. A little bit low, and the count is 1-1. In the air, right field.
I think unfortunately that'll be an out, so the hitting streak for Robles will come to an end, even though that wasn't a terrible piece of contact.
Now batting, third baseman.
Now here is Donovan Solano. That's off the mark.
Good
And
take.
it's 1-0. Swinging a foul straight back. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Those have been such frustrating pitches all goddamn day.
2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th.
Okay, they foul it off. Wonder if Castillo has enough strikeouts to catch Gilbert.
Stays alive.
Still very early. Okay.
2 down, nobody on. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
Early. I think technically better.
Fastball is outside.
13 pitches, 7 of them for Solano. He's seen more than half the pitches this inning.
And now it's filled up. Julio Rodriguez up next for the Mariners. And a payoff pitch.
Oh.
High fly ball down the left field line.
Early and
Happ
under
sizing
it.
this one up.
Ooh, the
Makes
Bartman zone.
catch, inning over.
We have only knocked down 5 hits. 2 of them are from a Rose Arena. So we have struggled a little more offensively.
Take a look at their upcoming schedule.
Take a look at the Cubs. They see us tomorrow and Sunday, and then a 4-gamer against the Cardinals Monday through Thursday, and then they're in Houston to take on the Astros. We need to figure out our pitching situation here, as we have a couple of lefties coming up. I think it might actually be worth throwing in Gabe Spire. It'll be 2 lefties, 1 righty. Barring any sort of disaster, we could pull a righty right into that situation.
His strikeout rate, though, is through the roof so far this season.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1 ball, no strike.
And a foul ball. The 1-1. And a bunt towards third. And that's just foul. High fly ball right.
He probably
field.
gets on.
Robles
It's kind of the
makes the grab,
perfect.
and there's one down.
It's a really good third baseman to bunt against, and I don't mean that in a rude way, but Solano does not have a lot of speed. He's like a 25, 26 speed guy.
This to
He's
third.
making a nice play at third.
Solano tosses
We
to
see the
first.
out. And 99 speed. Like, that's just kind of,
Defensive play in the late stages
that's the
of
perfect
game.
storm.
It
I think
might
if he's
not
able
be
to lay
the
that
most
down, I think he's on
challenging
first
we've seen
pretty
today,
easily.
but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Suzuki stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball.
Couldn't get that call.
Misses just off
Okay,
the
that's a
outside
strike.
edge. I think that was a strike.
When
That
you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
To the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it.
there we go.
And the Cubs are down.
So
in
we are going to
order,
head to
and
the
they
top of the
still
ninth with
trail
a
it here,
2-run lead. We've done a
3-1.
good job holding this team down.
New pitcher in the game for the Cubs, Phil Bickford.
Bickford's going to come in here. 6.75 ERA in 12 games. 6 holds, 12 innings pitched.
Bickford.
Here's the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. 1 for 3.
Four seam at 96, a slider at 86, and a circle change at 90.
Now a fly ball to right center. Crow Armstrong moves after it. And there's one down.
Almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch.
If I played with a National League team and I had to see PCA twice a year, he would be my, he'd be like NL Byron Buxton, just making my life hell in center field for 6 to 7 games
And he swings and
every
misses
season.
the initial
Or
offer.
you're just like, well, I can't hit it out. I can't hit it out to
There.
center field today.
Keegan Thompson up and loosening in the pen. Swing and a hard hit grounder to third, and it stays fair. Around first, heading for 2,
Thought about 3.
and he's in with a stand-up double.
Nice job, Cal. I'd love to see more hits up the line like that.
Now
I
batting,
really like that
designated
swing.
Only
man.
his
He
10th
didn't just
double.
push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box.
I wasn't.
Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
I appreciate how much the game thinks I like put thought and
Up next for the Mariners.
effort into where I want to hit the ball. That's
And the
outside.
first pitch misses for ball 1. Swung on, belted. Way
That
back
is
there.
huge. That is
And it's
huge.
outta here.
We don't even have to worry about Munoz now with a
His
4-run lead.
19th home run of the
Polanco,
year,
let's
and the
go.
out is 5-1.
Hey, let's get 1 out doubles and then hit home runs. No out doubles, huge problem. 2 out doubles, not great. A 1 out double, home run.
With this pitcher's velocity, a changeup is really a break for a hitter. He got a BP fastball, didn't move a whole lot, and he absolutely tattooed it.
J.P. Crawford gets a chance to hit. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout.
Oof,
And
bad swing.
first offering is fouled off. Bickford measures 6 feet.
Okay. Normally I don't want to do this. Munoz can stay warmed up. You know what? I won't actually schedule or do anything.
29 years old.
Because Brash, I
He joined
think...
the team as a free agent.
Actually, we might... It wasn't Brash, it was...
That one ripped right center field.
PCA's got it.
Makes the catch gliding out of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
warning track.
Typically not easy to go deep to center field, but he almost did right there and got a little help from the wind, just not enough.
Randy Arozarena getting ready to hit. He's already homered here in this one. That one finds the zone. Strike one.
Yo-ho. One strike.
Popped up right side. Bush under it.
Oh, just so late.
And he makes the catch. And that'll do it. But two come across to
Okay,
score
so
in the inning,
Polanco gives us a
courtesy
little bit
this
of
two-run
breathing
homer.
room, which is
It's
nice.
now a
We can
5-1
leave
ball
Munoz
game.
warmed up
Major
just in
League
case
Baseball
things
is
get a little
on the
tight.
show.
We don't want to put a low leverage arm in or a low rated arm. I say that like I would have the ability to get them warmed up
Back here
instantaneously.
at the friendly
Leading off
confines.
for the Cubs.
Gabe Spire, we definitely want to get him out. We will go with Colin Snyder. That is fine.
New pitcher for the Mariners.
Probably could have looked at the line. It's fine. It's fine.
Now pitching for
It's
Seattle.
fine. Not a lot of opportunities for Snyder, but with a 4-run lead.
Delivers a pitch
Okay,
in for a
all
strike
right.
at 95.
Snyder, please.
Ball.
That's a strike.
1-1.
Oh, I've been so happy with your zone today.
That one missed. That one a little bit high. 3-1. Up the middle. Sneaks through. Base hit. And a good
That's
start to
fine.
the
That's a
inning.
3-1 pitch. That should have been a 2-2 pitch.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the
But
plate
that's
for
okay.
him.
The
He
third
looks
baseman.
That's
locked
all
in.
right.
Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have
God,
liked.
and that's the
but
second-
That's a good approach paying off.
Fry
First
in the
pitch
box
with Snyder.
now.
That's
No balls and a
just...
strike.
Yeesh.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two.
0-2.
Oops.
Runner at first with no outs here. Check on the runner. Pat gets back easily.
I think you want to get a one-way lead, be very aggressive in the secondary. This hitter not a power guy, so you want to make sure that you can get some length on the secondary lead and perhaps score on a ball in the gap.
Out towards left center.
Okay. Hey, you have 99 speed. So do I.
Makes the grab, one away.
Actually, I don't. Julio, I think, might be 95 speed, but either way, you have incredible speed out there in center. I'll show you some great speed
He's
as
two
well.
outs away. Bush now at the plate. First offering and it just misses. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. Liner, base hit.
All right. Hey, we're
They
okay.
get it in quickly. So first and second now, one out.
Well, the last 10 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for
Now
him, so
batting,
that one has to feel
shortstop,
good.
Dan
Nice
Big.
job of driving that pitch the other way on a
Munson.
line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate.
Oh,
into
my
the game, but
God.
right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Runners at first and second with one gone here in the last half of inning number 9.
There's no way they just called that a strike. Oh, oh my God.
2 on, 1 out. Left field.
Okay, we gotta be
Arozarena.
so much better in left field.
Good
Thankfully,
pitch.
that
He
was
just
right
gotta
towards
have
him.
out in front on that pitch away and wasn't able to stay closed.
So it's their last chance in this one.
That
Lamaya
might
digs
be the
in
most
now.
egregious strike call we have seen.
That
maybe
one
ever
finds
in this
the
game.
zone, and that is strike one. Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper. 2 aboard, 2 outs. Next offering is in for a strike. Foul
Okay.
off, and they'll do it again. Snyder is just one strike away. Off the
Yeah, a
plate
little too
inside,
cute there.
And the count's even at 2.
There we go. And we pick up our first victory with GOAT pitching. We dodged out of a couple of tight... We dodged off a couple of ropes there. Dodged out of some hot water. I don't know where I'm going with the sentence. The point is, we let them get 2 runners on in the bottom of the ninth. We escaped a bases loaded situation earlier in the game. Luis Castillo picks up his 13th win. Justin Steele drops to 6 and 7, and we lead the series 1-0. Yeah, the 2 errors are a concern. That's something that we've seen a little closer to the beginning of some of the seasons with the new pitching thing that moves, the beater pitching that moves. We, for whatever reason, have struggled. We've had Dylan Moore in the lineup a lot. One of it was due to rest. Another time was just because, in times like this, it's because it's a left-handed starting pitcher. But we somehow get a win. He's just piled up a few too many errors, which has been a concern. And it's the 3rd game in a row where you look at it and you go, there's one bad, kind of 2 bad defensive plays here. We went for the double play again, which we just can't do. Have to take a better account of who is where. It's PCA. We're not going to get him out. He's 99 speed. Let him have second. Let him have it. It's fine. We have to get that out and just, thankfully it didn't cost us in this game where it has cost us in the previous 2 games that led to the brief 2-game losing streak. But we snapped that today. 4 runs on 2 homers. 1 from Arozarena and 1 from Polanco. Justin Steele gets your loss. He pitched 5 innings, 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 earned. Happ was 3 for 4 with a run knocked in. P-Crow Armstrong and Nico Horner each had a hit. P-Crow Armstrong worked a walk while Horner scored a run. For us, we have our player of the game, Randy Arozarena, 2 for 4, a home run, a double. He knocked in 2. He scored twice. Polanco was 2 for 4 with a home run. It was a 2-run blast. Cal Raleigh was 1 for 4 with a double. Pardon me. Luke Raley 1 for 2 with a walk. Castillo picks up win number 13. Lucky number 13. 5.2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 earned on his line. And we just get enough. 7 hits to 6 and 3 errors between the 2 teams. There you have it. Okay, we bounce back nicely. We bounce back quickly, which is always good. As we get, a ball in is a habit. All right. That's a fun thing to open. Shota Imanaga. 4-2 with a 2.09 ERA will be the starter for the Cubs tomorrow. Bryce Miller, he'll take the mound for the Mariners. 8-1 with a 2.20 ERA tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Before we jump out of here, let's rip this ball in as a habit pack. There's something different than the plain regular packs. Oh, we got a gold, a bronze, a bronze, a bronze, a bronze. Mitch Garver! Sell it. And our gold, Cedric Mullins. Quick sell 900. I won't worry about that at the moment. Actually, that would put me at 100,000 stubs. Good for me, good for you. Who knows? Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. We pick up win number 64 in Chicago, and we'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time as Bryce Miller takes on Shota Imanaga. Thank you again for watching. If you enjoyed, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe over here. Ring the bell down below. You'll be notified when I post new videos. Baseball here. The backyard baseball from yesterday. I did overtime, so I did not record a video for this morning or stream or anything, so there you go. Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Good sports, go Mariners. Have a great rest of your night.